Welcome to Audio Addiction. We have Divided the Fall, and they can say their names and what they do in the band.
I'm Ethan. I am the vocalist in Divide the Fall.
And I'm Matt. I play bass, and I do some backing vocals.
We also have a guitarist and drummer that weren't able to make it, Jake and Jack, because they have lives or something, I guess.
Wow, I guess, I'm not at that YouTube celebrity status enough, so maybe next time when I'm on that PewDiePie level of, celebrity credit, then,
We'll make sure we give them extra crap just for not being able to make it.
Well, awesome. So my first question, guys, I ask this to every band. How'd you start out Divide the Fall? How'd you get your members?
So actually, Matt here and then Jake, our guitarist, were in a band in high school called Forever Waiting. Started as a, Seether cover band? Yeah, they were a Seether cover band. Yeah. And then they kind of branched out, started doing their own stuff. They released an EP and eventually, kind of cycled through some members, decided to call it quits. And then way back in, oh God, it would have been 2015 now. That can't be right.
No, I feel like it was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Matt and Jake decided they wanted to start another project, started working on some stuff. Threw out a Craigslist ad looking for a vocalist, and I replied. I was living in South Minneapolis at the time, and their house that they practiced at was in New Richmond, Wisconsin, which is like an hour and a half away. And I didn't have a car, so they're like, "No worries, we'll pick you up."
Yeah.
And Jake's not here, but he's a big dude.
We were desperate.
Jake's a big dude. He is 6'5", and I don't know how much he weighs, but he's a big dude. So they pull up. They're like, "We're here. Get in." I get in the car. I immediately, I get in and go, "Well, I'm going to die today. This is it. This is how my life, they're going to take me across the border. They're going to mug me. They're going to take my $5 that I have in my wallet, and this is how it ends." Luckily, that is not how it ended. It worked out, and here we are. And as far as getting our drummer, Jack, it was kind of the same thing. We got to a point where we really needed to round out the lineup. Threw an ad up on Craigslist, auditioned a few people, and Jack was the one that stuck.
So thank you, Craigslist.
Yeah, shout out to Craigslist. That's actually what this is. It's just a giant Craigslist ad.
Cool. Okay, cool. This episode is sponsored by Craigslist, so they actually reached out to me and they're like, "Yo, we have this band coming on. They're totally sponsored by Craigslist. You want to get them on?" And I was like, "Yeah, no problem." I don't make enough money here on YouTube, so I'm like, why not take that sponsorship? But that's totally cool. I always find it interesting for myself, from my perspective, and a lot of the times, when I get into bands, I'm like, I always like to know the history about it. I might be just a massive nerd and I like that sort of shit, but I think it's really cool to kind of, I feel like now a lot of people talk about it, especially for local bands more specifically, but Craigslist coming in clutch.
We should have probably come up with a cooler story than just
other than Ethan thought he was gonna die.
Yeah, well, I mean, other than Craigslist,
well,
been
yeah,
we've known each other since we were 5.
I honestly thought when you guys are when you were I'm gonna hop in the car, and then I thought there was gonna be a bag over your head, and then they're just gonna rip off the bag, and you're gonna just be tied to a chair.
Yeah, that's how we should have initiated.
We could just cut out. We could just cut out the part where it actually happened, and then that will just be the story, and then people will never know.
Yeah, I mean, there was a bag. I was able to kind of talk my way out of the bag over the head, but
That's good. Well, I'm glad you're still alive. I'm glad you're, in the band. That's it's a happy ending. I don't want to be an accomplice to murder, so
We're actually staging this as his. So that's the reason why the other guys actually aren't here. Is we're actually letting you go.
Oh,
so you're actually not.
Awesome.
Ooh, that would hurt. That would be a first, and then I'd just be it's time for me to go. I gotta dip out. But no, again, I love when bands do that sort of shit. I think it's I think obviously Craigslist, just the way that they've been doing it is I feel like there's always a success story with a band on Craigslist. But my next question, guys, what are some favorite venues like around your area that you like to play or go catch a shot in your free time?
Yeah. So I mean, one of our favorite bands actually, which is called Hands Like Houses.
Oh,
They
yes.
they were just here last night actually, in St. Paul, Minnesota, at this bar called Amsterdam Bar,
Okay.
which is actually where we played our first show ever. We actually headlined our EP release show. So that was super cool.
Yeah.
Awesome venue, awesome vibe there. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of great ones. Like we haven't played it at First Avenue yet. We're not that big yet, but that's kind of the one that everybody knows from Minneapolis. You kind of have to be pretty
National,
yeah,
pretty much.
pretty big national band to play there. Um, Otherwise, Varsity Theater, we're playing there next month. That's kind of another big one.
Yeah, that'll be a cool one. That's actually that's in a little area called Dinkytown. It's kind of like the student housing area of the University of Minneapolis, and they have a pretty good sized venue there. So that'll be a fun show. I'm excited for that one.
Nothing like a good college show. I like that. That's
Oh, yeah.
that's
Oh,
always
yeah.
the best. Those like little house shows. I'm old, so I just remember. I remember those things. So, but it's totally cool. That how's the scene out there too? Like, have you guys had like good, getting good into the scene and stuff like that, or like. Obviously nobody
Yeah.
wants to talk bad about their scene, but like, I always like to kind of get a grasp on like how it is and stuff like that.
No, I think we're actually really, really fortunate to be out in Minneapolis. The scene out here is just incredible. So I grew up. Well, we both grew up in kind of small town Wisconsin.
Actually, 3/4 of the band is originally from Wisconsin.
Yeah. We all kind of moved out here at separate times and stuff. And when I moved out here, I actually wasn't really even into this style of music that much. And I started to get more into it and stuff. And then with joining the band and getting that up and running, I obviously got more into the local music scene. And the underground metal scene in Minneapolis is just insane. You don't really expect that. But it's great. Everyone here is super supportive. We've played shows out in other areas of like Wisconsin or a little further out in Minnesota, and you play there and you play with these other bands that have only ever known that area. They're the local bands out there, and you try to do the same thing with them that you do at the local shows, where you go up and talk to them. You talk about their rigs, their setups, what they do for warm-ups vocally, like what their backstory is, and you go out and talk to them, and they're just blown away that another band is talking to them at a show. Whereas in Minneapolis, that's just kind of expected. So I think we're extremely lucky to be a part of this scene.
I always like hearing about that too, because like for me, like it's always about that like human interaction, where even if I see like a band that's like nationally touring or whatever, like I'm not always like trying to bombard them with like can you sign this? Could you take a photo with me? Like they're humans at the end of the day, and like I just try to have conversation and enjoy like company. And if they like want to take a photo with me, like that's totally cool. And then I think it's really good to have that strong like scene, and I think I can draw a lot of parallels to like I live on the East Coast, so like I live in close to Philly, so I would say like sort of the same sort of vibes that I get from where you guys reside as well. So totally cool. I always love hearing good success stories out there. And then I also ask that question because if I ever travel out there and I want to catch a good show, I know places to see a good show. But we're gonna get into the meat of things, guys. What are some of your musical influences?
Oh man, there's so many. For me, the biggest one is A Day to Remember. So when I was a sophomore in high school was when their Homesick album came out.
Oh yeah.
And I did not listen to that type of music at all. My dad raised me on classic rock. My mom raised me on country. I didn't listen to pop music.
The country part, I was like,
I'm just kidding.
I listened to, a lot of like current rock, like Seether and Breaking Benjamin, stuff like that. But then one day at school, one of my buddies came up to me and he's like, "Hey man, have you ever heard of this band called A Day to Remember?" It's like, no idea. He's like, okay, they just released this album. It's called Homesick. You need to go home and listen to it immediately. So I went home and I listened to it, and I fell in love with it. And to this day, I credit A Day to Remember as being like the main factor in where I'm at now. So for me, that's a huge one.
Awesome.
I would say, have you ever heard of goat whore? No, I'm just kidding. Just joking. I'm sorry. Dude, this is like our first like pretty serious interview, and I'm just.
That's all right. I'm totally about the jokes. If you clearly couldn't get that, I was. Oh my god! You had me for like a good second. I was like, I don't think I've heard of that band before. Like, oh boy.
So it's too hard for me to think of like all of the bands over the like span of since I've gotten into this style of music, but I would say the ones that are probably most current influences are probably like that we all have in common are probably like Slaves is a big one.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this guy, he draws a lot of influence from Johnny Craig, like vocally.
Oh yeah. Not as a person, I'd like to make that distinction now.
He's a good dude.
Yeah, he is.
They actually played here recently too, and I actually got to talk to him after the show.
No, he was a cool dude.
He seems like a better dude now, but Hands Like Houses, a big one. Too Close to Touch, they're another band that I think we came as Romans too. I feel like Divide the Fall, our style as a whole, is kind of taking the elements of like something that like Too Close to Touch or Hands Like Houses has, but also mixing in some of the heaviness that like I Prevail or We Came as Romans.
Yeah, we get compared to I Prevail a lot.
Yeah, Our Existence.
Which is funny because like when we were writing this stuff, that wasn't really like we were like, yeah, they put out a pretty good album, but like we didn't sound be like, we love I Prevail. We want this to sound like I Prevail. And then we released the EP and everyone's like, you guys sound like I Prevail. I'm like, I mean, that's not the worst thing, I guess. Cool. Like, thanks.
Yeah. No, they're too though.
They've definitely rose in popularity. But I got a chance to listen to like a little bits and pieces of like the most recent track that you released, like with the music video, and I definitely thought more along the lines of like what you were saying earlier. I could get some like Slaves, a little bit of like We Came as Romans. I would say like dissonance era, like Hands Like Houses, that sort of stuff,
Are you talking about The Storm, or are you talking about Our Existence?
I believe it was The Storm.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure.
The Storm is the song that we just released a video for today, actually.
Yeah.
Officially, it released. You probably got the link from our contact, our mutual contact.
James, the guy.
Yeah. This is the guy. Yeah, super cool dude. This is actually our first time working with him, so he's been awesome to work with.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So The Storm, we actually just debuted that video today with Metal. What was it? MetalInsider.net. Yeah. So they did the official exclusive premiere of it. But yeah, that was a song that was pretty close to heart for all of us, for sure.
Absolutely.
But yeah, we also released a video earlier this year for another song called Our Existence, which was kind of like the first single off of the EP. That's the one I think is very like I Prevail-esque. Kind of like that style. So
we're just gonna not talk about that. We're gonna like, if it was like here, we're just gonna like move it all the way over here, just so people don't associate. Not to say that they're a bad band. But I feel like I gotta give you the respect about your band, so I'm gonna not reference that. But that's really cool. I'm excited that that came out. I felt like the track was really cool. I'm not just saying that because we're on video, and I definitely enjoy it. I was like, oh boy.
That's actually the only reason we've gotten anywhere as a band is just pure pity. Like everyone watches our videos and listens to our music.
Oh
like they're trying so hard.
They're like, oh man. They're like, oh man, that band. But for real, it was really good. Like, I'm like when you mentioned We Came as Romans, that's shout outs to We Came as Romans. Much love to Kyle, rest in peace. But I think for me, like, You know, that was kind of the stuff that I grew up listening to in terms of like the metalcore. Like even you mentioned A Day to Remember. Like Homesick was like one of the very first, if not the first, like metalcore. I know it's not really metalcore, but whatever. We're gonna digress. But I think it is like, you know, quintessentially their best work. I know that is also very, you know, an obligatory statement that we're not gonna get into either. But
I'll say Common Courtesy, but that's
oh man. Okay, we're not going to argue with that, but anyway, just I think.
It's still a great album.
But anyway, it's so
spirit.
cool. It's so cool from you to, at least for me, to hear those sort of influences come out. And like, you know, I think it's important. And you know, like I mentioned before about knowing about the band, I think it's cool to hear like, you know, who you draw from. And I think it makes me enjoy, at least me personally, enjoy the music more because I know like who you guys like started out listening to and really got into. But we're gonna move into some fun questions. If you guys could pick a song to cover,
These haven't been fun?
no, I mean they're even more fun.
I feel like we're never serious, so like even the serious questions are like
yeah.
But yeah, the cover song, guys.
If we could cover one song, man.
Stay.
Yeah. Funnily enough, we actually released a cover for Stay by Zed and Alessia Cara not that long ago. Check it out. It's on Spotify, YouTube, iTunes, all that good stuff.
Anywhere you can listen to music online.
But man, if I could cover any song,
Never gonna give you.
he really wants to do a cover of that song. I feel like legitimately wants to cover that song.
I feel like we could do like a legit Rickroll. Like what
we probably could.
Never gonna give.
Yeah.
I feel like we could make that a legit rock remake though. But anyway.
Man, I don't even know if I can.
Make me feel like an idiot.
Oh man, I feel like I'm on the spot now. If I could remake any song.
Madonna. Like a Virgin. Just kidding. Pick something.
Man, I don't know if I can pick anything.
He's gonna have to edit this out.
Yeah, he will. Cause
no, we're gonna keep these long pauses in. That's the best part, because then I get to edit this shit, and it's gonna be hilarious.
That's so tough. There's a song that I think would be fun to do. I don't know if it's like the one song that I would want to cover, but there's an old band, they're not a band anymore, called Oh No Fiasco.
Okay, yeah.
And they have a song called Stand-In Lover that I think would lend itself really well to our style, just because we do like to kind of throw in that electronic stuff, and they very much were like an electronic alt-rock band. So I think that could lend itself pretty well and could end up being a really fun cover to do. So I'll go with that.
Yeah, the real like Rickroll kind of like joke track, and then you got the serious one. Perfect combination. Love it, guys.
Of that band.
It's funny because Jake and I actually had that conversation like 2 nights ago.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? Yeah, that actually works. Let's go with that.
It's too bad they're not a band anymore. But
yeah, they were good.
Well, anyways, guys, you can weigh in on the comments of which one they should do, and then if you guys comment, then they'll know.
Hopefully they see this, and then they like inspires them to come back as a band.
Yeah.
Or you'll get a comment in the video, be like, do a cover of I Prevail. Oh wait.
Yeah. Like, oh, just kidding, you already did.
But anyway, joking aside, another fun question, guys. Favorite food to eat?
Oh man. So I would say, and I haven't had this in forever, but it's delicious. Stromboli. Oh. Which is basically just like a rolled up pizza, honestly. So I'm being super generic, but in a fancy way. So, Stromboli.
Mom, spaghetti.
Knees are heavy.
Oh Oh my god. Dude, I have no idea, honestly. Like anything. I'm sitting down right now, but I'm a hashtag thick boy.
Thick.
Oh man,
DTF actually stands for Down to Feast.
is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
I don't know if you noticed, but our acronym is DTF, whichever makes that joke reference
Sick.
to.
Everybody type in DTF in the. I can't. I couldn't say it. I could be serious enough
yeah.
to say.
We won't. If you type that in, we will not come up in the Google results.
Maybe we should market ourselves with porn, so that way it's just like.
We can be the ad before the video.
He's fucking gone, bro.
Like, I should have just hopped the fence while I had the chance. I'm just.
Yo, I hope your audience is like at least 18.
Well, we'll find out. So anyway, we're gonna move it. We're gonna keep this train rolling, guys. Getting back into the music-related questions. If you guys could pick somebody to collaborate with, whether it be a guest vocalist on your next record or a producer you'd like to work with, who would it be?
I mean, Matt kind of mentioned mine already. Mine is, for anyone that knows me, very, very obvious. Johnny Craig. Vocally, like I take so much stylistically from what he does, and yeah, I mean, that's for me would be the top, and I could die happy if we could pull that off.
I would say as a vocal cover, or are we just talking like, or not vocal cover, vocal feature, or are we talking just any feature?
We're probably most likely talking any feature. I mean, it could be like a guitar player, drummer, something like that. Bass
I guess
player.
I'd probably still go with. Nobody wants bass players in music.
Oh shit! Okay.
No,
See, it's okay because he's the bass player.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't want him in music either.
I would probably say I'm probably gonna go with the vocal feature as well too. I think it'd be really cool, and probably would fit well to have Telly from the Word Live, one of our songs. That'd be dope. As far as favorite producer, so we got mad love for Jordan Pop, who is our current producer.
Jordan, we love you. Whenever you see this video, you rock, Uncle Pop.
Jordy Poppins.
I love you too, Jordan. I don't know who you are, but I love you too.
Yeah. No, Jordan's great. Dream producer to work with, though. I feel like we all
know where you're going.
Yeah. So I mean, Eric Ron, he's been killing it. Tyler Smith, he's been killing it. So Tyler Smith just produced the new Bless the Fall record.
Yeah.
He is producing the new I Prevail record, actually.
Yep. You actually went in a completely different direction than I thought you were going.
David Ben Death.
There it is.
Yeah.
Yep.
David Ben Death kind of created this genre, I feel like.
He did.
But, with the bands like Paramore and I mean, he worked with the Mice and Men on a couple records, too. My favorite of Mice and Men records. I'm going to get hated on for that. Because all these, like, OG of Mice and Men fans are going to be like, what the fuck?
I'm a little hurt, but I can understand because I love Aaron Pauley. Shouts to Aaron.
Yeah.
He's the homie.
I'm bummed that I will say, like, I was really bummed when Austin left the band, but of course, like, it all made sense for sure. So
he'll be coming back, I think. So I'm excited. Maybe fingers crossed. There'll be some more.
Oh yeah, I know he's doing his own music for sure. But.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't go like that Matty Mullins record like direction, I'm like totally cool. So, no digs to Matty. I love you, Matty, too. So I want to feel like I'm just hating on you. But I do like me some Matty Mullins. But anyway, my next question, guys, if you could pick another instrument to shred at, what would it be?
Well, I mean, I'm the best at every instrument in the band.
Okay.
I'm not. I can.
Look at the time.
I can play piano fairly well. I can play piano fairly well, and I can I shouldn't even say passively. Like, I can sort of play guitar, but it's not passively. But honestly, if I could pick any instrument, I think probably drums would be top of my list. I would love to learn drums and just be able to wail on a kit.
Yeah.
If that wasn't a clear T, I did not say kid. I don't want to wail on kids. That is illegal. I would like to wail on a drum kit.
Yeah, same. I think I think drums would be tight. I don't think I have the what do they call that? Like
Rhythm?
Ambidextrous.
bass player.
Guys, this is going great. Just so you know.
Ability to
Like-
limbs independently.
Like the
Hand-eye coordination?
Hand-leg coordination.
there's a
I don't
different-
know. I don't know what you're
There's
saying.
a different thing. I don't know.
Okay. He doesn't have the different thing that makes drummers good.
We should insert like a fucking Jeopardy game right here. Like, what is Matt trying to say?
Alex, I'll take Matt quotes for 500, please.
I'll take that's the wrong answer for 600.
Oh man.
Oh man, this is gonna be a fun one to work on in the future. Future Brandon, you got your work cut out for you. Oh my god. Oh man.
He wasn't ready. We both did it.
So anyway, guys, we're gonna get into a real fun question. I always ask this because I'm a massive nerd. Further stated by that I have this Legend of Zelda lovely light. But my next question is, if you could be a video game character, who would you be?
I'll answer for myself. I'll also answer for Jake here, just because you showed that Zelda light. Jake is a huge Zelda nerd. Loves it. He has stolen my GameCube and taken it to his room and been playing through the Ocarina of Time again, probably for like the third time in the past few months. So answering for Jake, he would definitely be Link or somebody from the Legend of Zelda series. Myself, I'm super into RPG games. I'm not a huge video game guy, but when Witcher 3 came out, I was like, all right, I'll give it a shot and see what it's about. And that is probably my favorite game ever. So I guess I'm gonna go with Geralt from the Witcher series on that one.
I would probably have to go. So I don't dive quite into gaming as much as
Matt plays NASCAR 2005 on his PS2.
Bruh. Alright, I'm gonna go with the original Tony Hawk Pro Skater.
Oh yeah, good one.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
Okay, dude, I'm not gonna leave.
No, I would go with with the game. I would say Tony Hawk Pro Skater, the original. But that's like OG, you know. But maybe Jamie Thomas on that game. Jamie Thomas has always been like my favorite skater. So
Nice.
Oof.
But,
That soundtrack though. Ooh.
yeah, dude.
I was talking about that with some coworkers. Oh, you can finish. I'll let you go.
I was just gonna say, I feel like a lot of people in at least around here in the scene, you ask them like, oh, like when did you like really start listening to kind of current rock music? And they're like, well, I had like Pro Skater 3 or I had SSX Tricky, you know, like games like this, or, you know, like, and everyone's like, yeah, and like I heard a song by a band and I really liked it, so I looked it up, and then that was that.
Dude, have you guys listened to the new Doom soundtrack?
Yes.
Yeah.
That is
If anyone watching this video has not listened to the new Doom soundtrack, go check it out, because dear Lord, if I remember correctly, the whole thing, at least all the guitar parts, are recorded on a 9-string,
Yeah.
and it's one dude, and it's like if 9 Inch Nails decided to be really, really metal, and it's incredible.
Or good.
Yes.
Hey, I'm offended.
I'm sorry I offended all one fans of 9 Inch Nails, so I'm so sorry if you were the one 9 Inch Nail fan that watched this. I'm deeply saddened for you. Oh man, that was terrible. Anyway, I don't wanna sound like that massive nerd and correct you on the
like
Zelda
that.
thing.
I like that Johnny Cash song that they did. I'm just kidding. I know it's the other. I'm just playing.
See you guys.
You made him leave again.
I'm just kidding. I know the Johnny Cash cover.
Okay. But anyway, I don't want to. I feel like I don't want to give you. I don't want to give you unrelented hate. But you said GameCube. So it's actually the Wind Waker is on GameCube.
I originally you're correct. Yes. When I first got my GameCube, back in, it must have been like 2006. Or maybe a little bit before, around that time. I got it for like a birthday present or something, I don't remember. But it was a special edition GameCube, and they actually, with the system, they had a promotional game for, I'm pretty sure it was for Wind Waker actually, where it had like a demo version of Wind Waker, but it had full versions of all of the games before that.
Oh, okay.
Majora's Mask, Ocarina of Time. It even had the original scrollers.
Oh, damn. Okay.
Yeah, it had the full version of everything on this one disc.
I like that you had like the info to back yourself up.
Yeah, he was like, yo, I'm not gonna get called out today.
Yeah. He's like, fuck that shit.
He's like, I got you. He's like, I know my knowledge. But oh my god, that's great. I'm glad you like completely 180'd me. I was gonna 180 you, and then you're just like, nah, it ain't happening. I got you.
Nah, I'm not gonna take that shit. This is my interview.
Okay, respect. Gotta give respect. Shout outs to you. Anyway, next question, guys. If you guys could pick a band to tour with, like a dream tour, who would be on it?
Oh.
Bring Me the Horizon.
Yeah, that would actually be awesome. I'm just gonna throw out a few bands because I don't know if I can pick one. Linkin Park would be incredible. They were a huge influence on us both, as well as the other couple members of our band.
Were you even born when Linkin Park was like?
Yes, Matt. Just because I'm younger than you.
Just kidding. Okay, so your next question needs to be about Incubus.
I hate you so much.
Oh my god.
But man, Bring Me the Horizon, Linkin Park, Hands Like Houses, Normandy would be incredible.
Yeah, awesome.
They just released a new album, and that whole, I don't know, that whole album is ridiculously good.
It's fire.
A Day to Remember, obviously, because they're like my huge influence there. Slaves. There's a local band out of Iowa called the Zealots. I'm repping their shirt right now.
Z-Boys.
They're great dudes. We played a couple shows with them. So like, if I'm talking like realistic tour,
whoa! All right,
realistic
in your own box. All right.
Realistic in the next few months. It would be awesome to tour with those guys just because they're super cool dudes. Super down to earth. They always put on a great show. They're hilarious. So it'd be awesome to go on tour with them. Yeah, there's so many out there. Honestly, like,
who would you like to tour with?
Oh boy. Well, so I play guitar. And I'm not in a band, but everybody relents me on not being in a band, so I'm just doing my own solo shit. But if I had to tour, I guess if I was trying to tour on the stuff that I write currently, I feel like a lot of people compare my music to like Chon, so I'd like to tour like maybe Chon. I'm good friends with Covet, so I'd like to tour with them. That'd be sick. And one of my favorite bands of all time, I the Mighty, gotta give them some love. I'd love for them to headline.
Eric Ron band.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah.
So you mentioned Chon and Covet, so you must know Polyphia as well.
Yes, of course. Yeah.
His new record
that's the trifecta right there. That's Father, Son, Holy Spirit. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, absolutely. Those guys are all just so talented.
Yeah, I just saw them. I saw them 2 weeks ago. As Polyphia, Hail the Sun, and Covet.
Yep.
They were all on like one tour. So
it came through Minneapolis too, and I had to work late that night and couldn't make it, and I was very upset.
The last tour that that came through here with Polyphia, though, did have Chon on it, though, didn't it?
That was 2 tours ago, actually.
Oh, was
yeah.
it? Okay.
Yeah, the last one they were headlining, it was with Hail the Sun, Covet, and
No, I meant
one.
I meant like.
But yeah, the one before that was with Chon.
Yeah, that's what.
That was that like Super Chom Bros or something.
Yeah. Yep.
But that's always cool. I always love that. But yeah, that would be mine. So I'm gonna go back to you. What is your answer?
I already answered this.
What was the question again? Shit.
What bands do you want
It was
to
Dream
tour?
Tour. Who would you want to tour with? Like, if you could compile a Dream Tour, who would be on it?
Yeah, so I said Bring Me the Horizon. That would probably be one of the bigger ones, like for like an arena, a band that can sell out. Like, like an arena. Breaking Benjamin also, like kind of more in the hard rock realm of things, but they're big. I wish they weren't touring with Five Finger Death Punch, but that's cool. they're Five Finger Death Punch sells tickets, so
Five Finger Dick Punch.
Definitely.
If you like 4 on the floor drum beats, Five Finger Death Punch is the band for you.
Hey, now. All right, well, let's stop.
Yeah.
We'll stop.
Yeah, you're gonna offend all one Five Finger Death Punch watching this.
They might have wanted to check us out, and then they're just like, "Well, we got to this point in the interview."
They randomly see the video and blacklist us from every label and agency ever.
Yeah.
Because we said that we're not a huge
fan. Watch they
fan.
take us on tour just to be like, "Hey, you know what? You guys talk shit." But
yeah, and then we get up there and we're like, "We suck," and they're like, "Yeah, that's why we you along. We needed to knock you down a peg."
Good luck being a band. That's what they're like.
No, for real though. So we're on the topic of Five Finger Death Punch though. So Bad Wolves would be a great band to tour with too.
I was really curious about where that was going.
Yeah,
their
guitar player manages Bad Wolves. Five Finger Death Punch's guitar player manages Bad Wolves. So that's how I drew that connection.
Gotcha.
But
they've been on tour together too. So
yeah, they are. That's right. Yeah. Nothing More.
Oh,
Ooh,
yeah. Nothing More?
Nothing more?
We always, as backstory on that little joke, we always make fun of Matt for the way he says nothing more.
I put weird inflections on things.
Yeah, and it always sounds like a question. Nothing more?
Nothing more?
It's like, no, man, it's nothing more. Nothing more?
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
I heard that slip in a few times, and I was like, "Oh boy."
Yeah, oofda.
So
we're from that Minnesota state.
Yeah, you probably catch those hard O's.
We like some fisk and some tater tot hot dish. It's great.
Well, I could give you my best New York accent. We got to get the pizza slice, down at that local. Yeah, I'm walking here. Shit. Get off my fucking lawn. Anyway, so I'm gonna move on to the next question, guys. In your opinion, who puts on a great live show?
Oh man,
us. No, I'm just kidding.
Great live show. So I'm not so much a fan of the direction they've gone lately, but I saw Avenged Sevenfold on their Shepherd of Fire tour, and dear God, that's a pun because they have a song called Dear God. Anyway, that was one of the best live performances I think I've ever seen in my life. It was just not even obviously they have a lot of production value. There's a lot of pyrotechnics, crazy lights. The sound obviously is incredible because they have professional sound guys doing it. But all of that aside, just the stage presence alone and the way that they work a crowd was absolutely incredible.
I would probably say, God, I don't even know. Beartooth.
Ooh, yeah.
So just if you want to talk about just raw, no tracks, no bullshit, just a raw, heavy band. I really like that Caleb Shomo went that direction after Attack Attack, because Attack Attack, I liked them for what they were, but 10 different tempo changes in a song, all this arpeggiated electronic stuff, like whatever. But
Crabcore, yeah.
yeah.
You're
So,
telling
like,
me you don't like sexual man chocolate?
Okay, I do.
Okay, good. Thank God.
Take me back to 2009. You know, that's where I'd be. But
You tell me you don't like Broken Side?
no,
Oh, no.
I never liked Broken Side. Sorry. Or what was the other one? God, there's
Blood on the
another one.
dance floor.
On the dance floor. Yes, that one. Jesus. All right.
Let's
Then they
just move on. Let's again, much like the I prevailed thing. Let's just scoot that off.
But yeah, I'll just say Beartooth because of just like the raw, like, I don't know. I saw them at a festival that comes to this area. It's actually in Wisconsin, but it's called Northern Invasion.
Oh, sick. Okay.
Yeah, but I saw them a couple years ago, and it's the first time seeing them. They were actually just here 2 nights ago too, but the show sold out, and
Yeah.
I didn't get to get in. But
We did not get tickets.
Yeah, we were those guys.
I feel you. But hopefully next time you'll get to see them because I feel like the last time that I saw them, they were on tour with Every Time I Die, Fit for a King,
Oh, yeah.
and Old Wounds, and
Which, by the way, Fit for a King. If you don't know them, look them up.
Yeah, they're new records.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean he's wearing the sweatshirt.
Yeah.
I got to. He's the god rep the Fit for a King, you know. But anyway, next question. Go ahead.
I didn't know much about them before their most recent record. Like I'd heard
Oh,
them
really?
like for a while, but like never really given them like a proper listen. But the newest record caught my what is it, Dark Skies?
Yep.
Right? That's what it's called.
Yeah. That album rips.
Yeah, like incredible. Wage War too. It has like that Wage War vibe about it, kind of too. But yeah, those two bands are tight. Anyway, sorry, we can continue on.
Awesome, guys. Next question. Oh man, no, I'm just kidding. My next question, guys, is a fun one. Again, favorite TV show, favorite movie.
So favorite movie, I'm gonna sound super pretentious because nobody knows this movie.
You always do.
I know.
Just kidding.
No, so it used to be on Netflix and it got taken off, and when it got taken off I was really upset about it because I really liked the movie. It's called Frequencies. It's just like it's a super indie kind of thriller type movie.
Okay.
But that one was really good. I'd say that's up there. Another one that is on that same level that is still on Netflix, it features Jared Leto. It's called Mr. Nobody. Again, a bit more of a thinking type movie, but I love that movie so much. Oh, and favorite TV show. I don't know if I can pick one. I love comedies. South Park, The Office, Brooklyn Nine-Nine, Parks and Rec, stuff like that.
What's that comedy show we all watch now? Impractical Jokers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Letterkenny. If you have not seen Letterkenny, oh my.
Yeah, I just started watching Letterkenny, actually.
It's so good.
It is
so
very
good.
Hard no.
S&P, the choice for me.
We already sound Canadian to this dude.
Yeah, that's fair.
It's funny how much like we joke like with Canadian accents, but like to the rest of the world, we are pretty much Southern Canada.
Minnesota is
Southern Canada.
What's that word? I'm so
Southern Canada.
Oh my god.
I mean, to be fair, it is 8:15. It's past Matt's bedtime. He's getting tired.
Yes.
Words don't work that well.
You have to put him to rest, you know.
All right. So my favorite movie would probably be like one of those like classic Adam Sandler movies.
Oh, dude, yes.
Like Happy Gilmore, like Billy Madison, and then. God, TV show. So I mean, I don't know if I should admit this, but Shameless. Like I don't know. Like I dig that show. It's cool.
I don't know why you'd be ashamed to admit it.
Because I'm shameless.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey.
So you shouldn't be ashamed because you're shameless.
Bad dad puns.
Oh, he's done. He took the headphones off, and there he goes.
Oh man,
you've gone too far, Matthew.
You've gone too far with the jokes. Anyway.
As if he like decided not to come back and we just kept this shit going.
It's like a random TV show.
Don't worry.
Yeah.
Don't worry, guys. That's gonna happen in a few minutes. But anyway, my next question is: if you're trapped on a desert island and you can only bring one album with you for the next month, what album would it be?
Oh, I have to pick between one. I would have to say, man. I'm between two albums. I'm between White Flag by Normandy
You got one album, bro.
and Beautiful Death by Slaves. And I would say of the two, I would have to choose. Oh my god. I'm gonna go with White Flag by Normandy.
Ooh, good choice.
I know, Johnny. I'm sorry I betrayed you here, but I love you. Please work on our next album with us.
I would actually probably say I'm gonna throw it back a little bit.
Okay.
I'm gonna say "Dear Agony" by Breaking Benjamin.
Ooh.
Yep.
Okay.
Especially because that was like the album before they went on hiatus for 6 years.
Yeah, it was a while.
Long
5
time. Yeah.
So that was I had that record on repeat, especially towards the beginning, writing portions of this band.
Yeah.
Starting to write for our first EP. But that was kind of that same era.
Yeah.
But thinking that band's never gonna come back again, and then that's the last album that we're gonna ever hear from them. But also sonically, everything about that record I love. We got a dog.
Hi, Stella.
A doggo.
A doggo. And then, I don't know. I still, for me personally, it's my favorite Breaking Ben album to date.
This is Stella. Stella loves to be held.
Stella's the new band member.
Yeah.
Welcome
She's
to the club.
Yeah, she's replacing Jake on the guitar.
I mean, that dog seems pretty talented, so I wouldn't be surprised.
She sit very well on laps.
And lastly, guys, the most important thing, tell them about your band, where you can find you at, and anything coming up. And this is the part where I'm just going to, slowly fade into the abyss. Here, go, take your time.
Let's take 10 years to do this.
Yeah.
Just
but no, yeah, we're Divide the Fall. You can find us on pretty much every streaming service: YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, Apple Music, all that good stuff. We just released a music video for The Storm today at 12 o'clock p.m. You can find it on metalinsider.net currently, and in the near future, it will be on other platforms as well. YouTube mainly, because that is where videos go. So please check it out. Yeah, that's right. We are going to be the ads, apparently. So please go check it out. We are going to be recording a full-length album in February with our producer down in Chicago, Jordan Pop. And we are hoping for a mid to late spring release for that.
Early summer,
maybe. We'll see how it goes.
Next fall.
Next fall. It's going to be 2020. But no, we're hoping to have that out to you guys.
For Kanye.
Oh my God!
Just kidding. Please don't do that.
We're hoping to have the album out to you guys by late spring, early summer at the latest next year. We are going to be playing a lot of shows in the Midwest, and hopefully starting to branch out from there. So please come see us. We would love to meet you. I say it at every show, but it bears repeating. Without people like you that check out local bands, we couldn't do what we love to do. So thank you from the bottom of our hearts. We love all of you, and we would love to see you at a show.
I would also love to see you at a show, but go check out Divide the Fall. Links are in the description. Go ahead. Say what you're going to say.
Oh, yeah, we're on Facebook and Instagram, too. Just search Divide the Fall. I didn't even talk about that, but we're on both those platforms as well. So check us out.
Were you going to say something else? I'm just going to let you say what you were going to say. What were you going to say?
Yeah, what were you going to say?
I don't remember.
On that note, guys, let them know. Check out the comments. Check the description where you can find Divide the Fall. their band information, all that stuff. Go give them a like, go give them some support. Gotta give a shout out to Carrie the Fourth for having you guys come on the channel. James does some fantastic work, so I gotta always show some love because I feel like they don't get enough love for what they do. So shout outs to all the people that do that shit. But also I'd like to thank everybody that, especially bands that come on and want to do this. This is always a good time. So shouts to Divide the Fall for coming on. Again, go like them, go give them a subscribe on their YouTube channel, and if you enjoyed this video, share it, like it, whatever, stream it. I don't know what people do now on the internet, but if you do that thing, get it, do it. And thank you guys for watching this, and thanks to Divide the Fall for coming on.
Thank you so much, man.
Yeah, thanks so much for having us.
Hey guys, hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching, of course. If you enjoy what we do, make sure to go check out the other series we do. We do album reviews, we do band interviews, and we do live videos, so definitely go check that out. Hit that subscribe button. It really helps our channel, helps us grow. Make sure to hit that like button as well. Go follow us on social media. That's all down below. We try to keep that as updated as possible. We also made a new website where we'll be posting photos of upcoming concerts and stuff like that, which you can go check out at audioaddictionmedia.com, and come get your fix with us, guys. Talk to you later. Deuces.